Welcome back to the Cross Creek Cut. Today, we're going to be discussing something fun and near and dear to my heart is actually humic acid. Primarily products like Humica and Enhance. The two products are a high CEC, high ability carbon-based product, obviously high in humic acid, which ultimately has fulvic acid in it as well. But these two products we've looked at for quite a while, and Humic has actually been studied from Beck's PFR all the way back to 2015 and AgriVival up in Minnesota. And then us, we've been actually using it and studying it since about 2017. What we're here to talk about today is the use of it in UAN solution. Why are we using it and why do we use Humica? And now we're studying and looking at Enhance in conjunction together and also separate with each product to figure out what is the better product, how do they work in conjunction together, and maybe as they work together, is there some symbiotic relationship by using them both together to actually bring more ROI to your farm? So let's dive in real quick. Let's talk about what has everybody been doing for the last few years. Well, let's be honest, for the last 10 to maybe 20 years, and using DCDs, nitropyrans, things like Agritane or Instinct to actually stabilize their nitrogen. They've worked for a while. Obviously, they've stabilized nitrogen. That's been proven. That's not here to dispute. But what the real thing is, what are they doing in the soil? So realistically speaking, what they do is kill off the bacteria or slow down the nitrobacter process in conversion of ammonia to nitrate and allowing the nitrate to stay in the soil in a non-convertible form so it doesn't volatilize or it doesn't denitrate down to the soil through the tile and you lose your money that you spent the money on. Your crop obviously wants to be able to pick up that nitrate. It obviously wants to have that nitrate in the root zone and the rhizosphere available to it. Well, one of the building blocks of everything we do is carbon. We're all biological creatures. The plants you grow, the things that we are, humans, everything we look at that's growing in the whole world is a biological organism. We're all building blocks of carbon. It takes carbon to create cell walls. So when you're spending money on nitrate, the last thing you want to do is slow down the bacteria that's actually creating the conversion available to make it available to plant. If anything, you want to boost that. We all know more carbon in the soil is a great thing. We want to have more carbon so it's available to hold on nutrients, but we don't want the carbon penalty. Well, what Humica does and what Enhance does, they are high CEC, high cationic exchange capacity, and high anionic exchange capacity products that are based in humic acid. There are some proprietary patents that are held with those on how they get it down to a certain pore size, how that molecule is so small to be able to hold on to that loose bond of the nutrients, chemistry, whatever it may be from the standpoint it's trying to hold on to a positive or negative charge in the chemical world. That's what humic acid is designed to do, and that's what carbon does. These being highly oxidized components as well, they have more than just two sites on a CO2. They have multiple sites within the carbon chain. So we've actually studied this for a while. We've looked at what would happen if we took Agritane and Instinct out of the equation, not slowing that process down of actually converting nitrate into form or nitrogen into nitrate form for the plant to use. What if we use Humica? What if we used Enhance? You can go back through our studies for the last 3 years. You can go back to Beck's PFR or a company called AgriVival out of Minnesota to look at what Humic has done and the ROIs it brings. Impressive ROIs for long-term studies, but they didn't use Agritane or Instinct in those studies. They compared it to it, but you didn't put them together. Well, why wouldn't you want to put them together? Well, there's a big thing that happens. We know that when you look at, I'll give you the example of Instinct, it has plus 10% of the mix of it is kerosene. There's other methyl groups and hydrocarbons that are in there that Humica would probably, when it's combined with it, would be like filling those spots of holding it up. It's kind of like getting a parking garage and filling it full of just junk cars that don't run. You're just clogging up the system. It's basically rendering the fact of Humica or Enhance be able to utilize the nitrogen bond. It's hooking up to those hydrocarbons, the methyl groups, the kerosene. It's hooking onto that and essentially rendering it almost ineffective that Humica can't hold on to the nitrate in that loose bond because it's binding the other things first. And like I said, it's like filling a parking garage full of junk cars that don't run. It's just not a great idea. So if you look at some of our studies in the 2x2 or even in a side dress, we actually studied it in 2023. What would happen if we added Humica in our standard program at a pint rate And then we took Enhance, which is another great high quality humic acid, and we put them together at a pint and a pint, and we added in the 2x2. When we added Enhance to the already program that's running a pint of boron, a pint of humica, we picked up another $13 an acre ROI just by adding Enhance to that already built program, which that program has been a Cross Creek certified program for the last 3 years. Then we said, what will happen if we do it on side dress too? In our 2x2x2 system, we actually picked up another $13 an acre ROI by just adding another pint of Enhance to our already Cross Creek certified program with humica and boron in there. Interesting enough, we said, let's do this on side dress and see what happens. Well, when we go to the side dress study, by adding just another pint of Enhance to the humica and boron, along with the ATS and 28 solution, we picked an additional $49.24 ROI by adding that. And that was at the June 7th timeframe we put it on there. Question being is, what's happening? I think there's a lot of things happening there. I think the fact that we've increased our carbon load, we've increased our CECs, we've increased the ability for that plant to have more exchangeable sites to hold on to the nitrate, the sulfur, the boron, whatever it may be we're putting in that solution, so it can pick it up. We're not killing off the process of the nitrobacteria. We're not slowing down the bacteria that's converting these things. We're supercharging them. We're giving them more carbon to live off of. We're giving them the ability to convert more nutrients to plant available, and also the fact that the endophytes at the end of the root are now colonizing inside the root some of these things and nutrients they need, pulling in nitrogen, could be pulling in phosphorus, whatever it may be that that plant needs. We're giving the building blocks for that plant to be able to do it. And that is the key to why humica and Enhance are so important in your system. They're important in our system. Personally, we would probably never use Agritane or Instinct ever again for things that we're doing. I know never again is a very strong word, but I'm not interested in killing off bacteria and microbial populations or slowing them down for benefit of me trying to hold on to nutrients we're spending money on. How do I take that money we're spending nutrients on? How do I make it more plant available by using biology, chemistry that we have and things that we know to make that chemical bond and that biological bond more safe, more regenerative, and more ability to let the plant use it, and then also recycle it and regenerate it and remobilize it in the season. Because that carbon load, remember, that plant's going to pick up only so much, and it's going to excrete out through the root exudate into the ground what it doesn't use. And it's picking up and moving and dropping all day long. So we've got to create a zone that actually has a lot of carbon and has the ability to hold on to it for long term. If you got more questions for us, please give us a call at any point in time. We're here for you. We'd love to talk with you, work you through some of these systems, work you through some of the challenges you have, and why is Humic and Enhance an important system for you versus using other DCD and nitropyrins. Thanks for being here, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.